In late August of 2025, after nearly 2 years of intense conflict, a significant development emerged from renewed diplomatic efforts in the Gaza war. Mediators from Egypt and Qatar have put forward a comprehensive ceasefire proposal, and in a crucial first step, Hamas and its allied Palestinian factions say they have approved it. Bassem Naim, a senior Hamas official, confirmed the group's acceptance of the terms via a public statement, noting that other factions were also on board. This marks a pivotal moment in an aggression that has reshaped the region. To understand the weight of this proposal, we must look at the timeline. The current war began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas-led fighters launched a large-scale attack on Israeli communities, resulting in the deaths of approximately 1,200 people and the capture of 251. The subsequent Israeli military offensive in the Gaza Strip has led to the deaths of roughly 61,000 Palestinians. After a previous ceasefire collapsed in March of 2025, fighting has continued. Now, under mounting international pressure, this new framework represents the most concrete chance to pause the hostilities. So, what exactly is on the table? According to the mediator's outline, the deal is built on several core components. First, a 60-day cessation of hostilities. This would be a full 2-month truce, during which all Israeli military operations in Gaza would pause. Second, a captive for detainee exchange. During the truce, Hamas would release approximately 10 living Israeli captives in phases. They would also return the bodies of 18 captives who have died. In return, Israel would release around 1,700 Palestinian detainees from its jails. Third, a major expansion of humanitarian aid. The plan calls for Israel to permit a surge of aid into Gaza, allowing up to 600 trucks per day to enter. This includes establishing designated safe corridors and reopening key crossings, notably the Rafah Gate, to ensure the delivery of food, fuel, and medicine. Fourth, a withdrawal of Israeli troops. The proposal stipulates that Israeli forces would pull back to the positions they held before the previous ceasefire collapsed in March. This effectively means a retreat from territories captured in the months since. And finally, the framework calls for parallel negotiations. During the 60-day truce, talks would immediately resume to address a lasting ceasefire and the complex day-after arrangements for Gaza. This includes security guarantees, future border arrangements, and a plan for the exchange of all remaining captives. It's important to note that these points are not entirely new. They closely mirror an earlier plan brokered by the United States and its envoy, Steve Witkoff, a plan that Israel had previously agreed to in principle. An Egyptian source confirmed to Reuters that the current proposal preserves the core of that prior framework. With Hamas's public acceptance, the diplomatic focus now shifts squarely to Israel. Mediators have formally presented the plan to the Israeli government. So far, an Israeli official has only confirmed that the proposal was received without offering a formal acceptance or rejection. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu faces a deeply divided political environment. On one side, tens of thousands of Israelis have been demonstrating for a deal that would secure the release of the remaining captives. On the other, his far-right coalition partners, including Ministers Smotrich and Ben-Gvir, vehemently oppose any truce, demanding the total military defeat of Hamas and destruction of Gaza. Netanyahu himself has repeatedly stated his goal is to continue the war until all captives are returned and Hamas is disarmed. Officially, Israel's conditions for ending the war remain the complete release of all captives and the disarmament of Hamas, a condition the group has consistently rejected while Gaza remains under siege. Even so, the strain of the prolonged conflict is evident. Approximately 50 captives are believed to remain in Gaza, with perhaps 20 of them still alive. Recent Israeli military planning has reportedly focused on a complete occupation of Gaza City, indicating a readiness to escalate further. Sources suggest that Netanyahu's war cabinet has not yet endorsed this latest proposal, but discussions are ongoing. The U.S. and other international mediators are reportedly urging Israel to accept the deal, which would, at the minimum, halt large-scale military operations and allow critical aid to reach civilians. This diplomatic push has been a coordinated effort. Over the weekend of August 17th, Egyptian and Qatari envoys met with Hamas leaders in Cairo. Qatar's Prime Minister, Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani, played a direct role in the talks. The foundation, as mentioned, was laid by the U.S. Special Envoy's framework, with reports suggesting the revised agreement preserves around 98% of that original plan. U.S. support for the deal is explicit. The strategy appears to be securing Hamas's agreement first, then providing assurances during the ceasefire while pressing both sides to negotiate a permanent settlement. The timeline is clear. Once a pause takes effect, talks on a permanent ceasefire and the future of Gaza would begin immediately. Underpinning all of this is the profound humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The United Nations and numerous aid agencies have been warning of imminent famine. The enclave's 2.2 million residents have endured years of blockade and relentless bombardment. The proposal's provision for hundreds of trucks per day is a direct response to this reality, aiming to address starvation and critical shortages of basic necessities. For Hamas, the deal offers a respite for the population and a halt to the Israeli offensive, potentially stabilizing a situation on the verge of total collapse. In summary, this proposal represents the most concrete ceasefire package to date. It offers a 60-day pause in exchange for captives and detainees, coupled with a significant humanitarian surge. For Hamas, the deal offers a respite for the population and a halt to the Israeli offensive, potentially stabilizing a situation on the verge of total collapse.